aware that UAVs have taken the world by storm, not only in the battlefield, but also in every walk of our daily lives. As this would not have been enough, the introduction of artificial intelligence has risen the capacity of such platforms in an unimaginable way. In fact, when Trump came to the power, at the outset he announced investment of close to $500 billion for development of AI-related activities. It was appearing that the United States of America is becoming very serious given the kind of advantages and challenges AI offers to the users. But before anything could happen, China has shaken the world. I'm sure you have been reading, quite regularly about DeepSeek and other things which are happening, and the kind of resource which they are using, and it is an open source resource as compared to the tailor-made or the specific to a company, and with the least effort, the kind of assistance it is giving to the users is phenomenal. So again, there is a debate because this is coming from China, so whether whatever is being stated is right or not. But nonetheless, all those people whose views I have read and one has talked about, I think this is a phenomenal change, and that is the power technology actually brings. At times we have seen in our lives also that once you are, seeing something like, a kind of TV, like we have a physical platform, and that may be, vanishing tomorrow, a better and more efficient, alternative may be coming. So we are very fortunate today that, as against UAVs or AI per se, we are going to see their, combo effect, which is the research subject of our research scholar and officer Col Tushar Anand. He is going to examine this aspect in the conventional battlefield because of the research must be limited for viable recommendations. But I'm sure he will bring out the nuances of both UAVs and AI, and especially once they aggregate or mix with each other in a pragmatic manner, what kind of capacity comes our way. So with that note, I hand over the opportunity to the person to introduce him, and then he will do his deliberation.
Well, Tushar Anand has 27 years of service. He is from Regiment of RT, and the officer has tendered various appointments at unit and at staff level. Presently, he is senior fellow at CENJOWS, New Delhi. Now I hand over to Tushar for the topic. Yes.
Can you please share the presentation? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for my presentation today is enhancing impact of drone using artificial intelligence. At the very outset, a disclaimer: the inputs for this presentation has been taken from the internet, open source, and the views expressed are personal and does not represent any organization. In this presentation, we shall explore the transformative power of AI in drone technology, showcasing its impact on various industries and highlighting the potential of future advancements. I shall be covering the presentation under the following heads. We will look about understanding drones as a platform, then what exactly AI has to offer to us and the integration of AI with drone technology. Certain use cases we will be discussing during the presentation, challenges in AI-driven drones and future of drone technology, and finally the conclusion. Now coming on to the drones, as we all are aware, the drone is a flying machine. Now it's basically a platform which is being used for various activities. Drone of late has emerged as a versatile tool and a platform across industries enabling efficiency and innovation. More so in military perspective because of the Russia-Ukraine war and also the Hamas and Israel conflict. The use of cheap, locally available commercially drones has changed the way the people are fighting war in the current scenario. Drones as a platform provides a bird's eye view. It enables monitoring in a larger scale. So it can be used for military purposes and also for the civil usage. It allows for faster and more accurate data collection and than the traditional method. The platform is a flying platform. The sensors or the payload which are loaded on those flying platform makes the difference. So the advanced sensors can capture high resolution imagery, thermal data, or even multispectral information, providing valuable insights. Now, when we have AI merging with drones, the interaction of AI, what happens is it elevates drone technology by unlocking advanced capabilities. It includes autonomous navigation, real-time data analysis, and enhances decision making. So technically, a drone, which was an instrument or a platform which could travel from place A to place B with a particular kind of a payload and was able to carry out the task assigned to the platform with the integration of AI on it, it has taken it into a next level. That is, it becomes autonomous, has a navigation, real-time data analysis is taking place, and the decision making is faster, and the effect is phenomenal. Now let's come understand the history of drones. Technically, drones, if we talk about 1849 unmanned balloon of for military purposes was being used. So it's more than 100 years, I would say. It's more than for over the years, these UAVs have been evolving in different format. In fact, the if you see the chronology, 1849 it was the air balloon, or for that matter, if we talk about the bug, which was developed, but however it could not be used because the World War I was over. And if you see the listing of these are key, years which indicates how the drones or the UAVs were developed over the years. And the US had in 1941 used the radio plane. The Israel, in fact, in 1982 destroyed Syrian aircraft with the help of battlefield UAVs in 1982. Predators, we all are aware of how US has used the platform and is still be using the platform. However, in the civil domain in 2014, Amazon came out with product delivery drones, which was the start point of drones being used extensively in civil domain. And of late, in the Ukraine and Russia war, or for that matter, as I mentioned, Hamas and Israel conflict, the drones have been extensively used with the help of AI integration. So now the drones technically, they can be a aerial platform, it can be a sea water platform or a land platform, but here I'm just indicating just a broader view to understand what kind of shapes and sizes the drone platform, the aerial platforms can be configured. Now, as passing day, a new kind of miniaturization of these drones are being done, which are the aerial platform. Here, I've only depicted the aerial platform and not considered the water and the land-based platforms. So if you see on this, on this pictorial representation, the balloon is on the bottom, and on the top is the iconic air taxis, which is being talked about, which is a reality. However, it is a matter of time when it will be in use. And if you see the industrial revolution, in the fourth industrial the industrial revolution and also the military timelines. So it has more than 100 years of the journey of evolution of drones per se. But however, in last 3-4 years, it has taken a lot of weightage because of the conflicts and the way the war fighting has changed. Now we talk, so there's something called Society 5.0. Now it's a Japanese concept. Now that basically it is working on future society where advanced technology like artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things are used to create human-centered, sustainable, inclusive society society. Basically, it is two challenges, societal challenges, and various aspects of healthcare, mobility, disaster management. So, with Society 5.0 and Industrial Revolution 4, there is amalgamation of the blurring of boundaries between military usage of platforms and also in the civil usage. The platforms are the same, however, they are being used as per the role assigned and the payload which are being put on those flying platforms. Now, when we talk about artificial intelligence, so we need to understand what is AI and how does it work. So predominantly AI is just input. It could be in kind of a speech form, text form, image form, context out. So the data has to go into the model. And once the data goes, there is certain rules. We call it algorithm. Now the algorithm is basically processing that input and coming out with some kind of information. It could be a success or it could be a failure. There could be adjustment in the data, and again the same loop continues. So basically, it is kind of a software which is being used for giving some input. Pre-fed information is kept in the model. The more you train the model, the better, maturer the model becomes, and the model is able to handle and give you inputs accordingly. You have been hearing of lot many jargons regarding machine learning, deep learning, neural network, NLP, computer vision, cognitive computing. So these are key components of AI per se. So these are the common language which is being used, or the jargons which is being used during the understanding of artificial intelligence. So let us understand that key components of AI. So when we talk about machine learning, the AI application that automatically learns and improves from previous set of experiences without requirement of explicit programming. So what is happening is machine learning, you are trying to make that particular, it's kind of a making them learn, evolve, and the maturer they become, they're able to give you better, accurate results. When we talk about deep learning, it is a subset of machine learning, and that learns by processing data with the help of artificial neural network. And neural networks is like brain. So we have got nerve. When you see the brain, it has got neural, various mesh kind of a neural network. On the same analogy, the neural networks are computer systems that usually models on neural connections in the human brains, right? Now, coming on to cognitive computing, aims to recreate the human thoughts process in computer model. It seeks to improve the interaction between humans and machine by understanding human language and meaning of the images. So it is basically able to see the image, register the image, and the input is being considered. Then we come to the natural learning language processing. NLP is a tool that allows computers to comprehend, recognize, interpret, and produce human language and speeches. The computer vision employs deep learning and patterns identification to interpret. So all of these, if you see, has a role to play. It has a purpose, behind it. And depending on what kind of, platform or what kind of task you want to use the drone flying platform, it can be, depending on the role and the task assigned to that particular platform, the integration of a particular kind of a, I would say, loosely a software can be done, and that software, which we talk about as artificial intelligence, helps in various decision making. So, if you see the history of AI, predominantly the 1956 is marked as the official birth of AI. So, but however, as 2009 of DeepMind was founded. So we can say, though it is 70 years old process of evolution, however, it can be said to some extent that last, say, 20 odd years or maybe last 10 years has been like a catalyst for AI being evolving over the years. Chat GPT is very commonly used nowadays and is known to us. However, the journey has started in the mid 1950s. It has started, and thereon it has been developing. In fact, now the issue is that every month we are getting a new kind of a understanding of the technology. Now, when we integrate AI with drone, now what does it happen? So now till now we understood what about what drones are and what can a drone platform does, what it has got, and we also understood about various artificial intelligence and various aspects of artificial intelligence. Now, once we integrate, once we marry the drone with the artificial intelligence, what kind of usage or what kind of benefit do we accrue out of it? Now, the question is why AI is required in drones. Drone itself can be tasked and can be told to do a task. But however, that will be manned, that has to be continuously monitored and it has to be executed remotely if the AI is not there. However, AI empowers drones and enhances autonomy. It improves decision-making capability and optimizing operational efficiency. So somehow the efficiency is increased, the time is reduced, and you are able to do the same task in the shortest time frame. Now, when you talk about the capability, it's real-time data analysis. So the AI, in a way, empowers the decision makers or the platform to, in real time, analyze data and in the shortest go through the repository which is there with the artificial intelligence model, and after that come out with the desired results. Now, convergence of drone into AI leads to few important aspects. Firstly, it enhances autonomy. It gives you real-time data analysis. Object recognition is there. Decision making is faster, and the efficiency is phenomenal. Hence, it is understood that use of AI with drone is now is a standard procedure. It is not an exception. It will be a routine thing that all platforms in the near future will be AI enabled. Now here I would like to show you a video which is very recent, wherein China is demonstrating a dog, robo dog fighting with a drone. Now the point I want to show you this video is, you just imagine the technology the China is working, the robo dog and the drone, both are using AI, both are reacting to each other, they are changing their positions, they are becoming adaptable to the situation and responding instantaneously. Next slide. Yeah, can you play? So it's a small clip, though it was. Yeah. So in that, can you go back? Yeah, just leave it at that. So the point I want to bring out is that there is a robo dog and there is a aerial platform, a drone. Both of them are AI enabled and they are in a kind of a hand-to-hand battle. They are reacting and there's nobody, there's no human interaction. So, and it is a actual, they're firing on each other. Now, you imagine a scenario that if it is one-to-one, it's the latest input which we have got. If the volumes, the numbers are increased, what kind of, war fighting are we heading towards? So it's a matter of deliberation and understanding. Next. Next slide. Now, China has completed another test on large cargo drones. Now, on 20th of January, they have done a key test. Now, China is evolving its technology in a very big way. In fact, I would say US has somehow initially US was leading. Now, the China on the quiet has taken over. As I mentioned, that Deep Sea has suddenly come as a surprise and they shook the market, and the other companies are also totally. Though it will evolve over the years, but the point is that they have come up with a technology and it came as a surprise. Similarly, if you see, this is a cargo, they call it a pickup truck, and they have done which is done on 20th of January 2025. So China has, put in a lot of effort towards improving their technology as regard AI enabled, and whether it is the aerial platforms or AI as a technology person. Now, if you see this, so this input was very striking to me because in 2003-7, the US was leading on technology projects 60 out of 64, and China was 3 out of 4. And it's just a matter of 20 years, 2 decades, and the role reversal has taken place. Now, US is leading on 7 out of 64, and China is 57 out of 64 technology. This is open source information, but what I'm trying to bring out is the bigger question is what Trump also made a mention a few days back, let it be an eye opener and let us get back the industry in the US get back and we should work towards technology. Now, when we say artificial intelligence, now when we talked about now after seeing all of this, the question is what all it can do. It can do autonomous navigation. That means it enables to navigate complex environment autonomously. Now, AI will facilitate the platform. It will adapt to the changing conditions. Now, in US, they are carrying out, they have carried out a test on drones wherein they simulated a kind of, high wind tunnel in the high wind tunnels. They are seeing the AI-enabled drone, how it is changing its position and getting adaptable to. So they are basically trying to uh, train the model wherein the drone can with the model AI model can adapt itself, change its position, even if in case of a tornado or in case of if there is a, so it has been used technically for the civil purposes. However, it has got a ramification on the military usage as well. Real-time data analysis is if in the fraction of a second you are able to take input and get back the information. So it gives us immediate decision-making power, and in the split seconds the action can be taken. Now, object recognition is a very unique thing which AI facilitates. So if you feed into the model various information or the data or the photographs or particular thing, it is very easy for the model to recognize in fraction of a second to identify a person in a bigger crowd or in the foliage. The model is able to recognize. So this otherwise if manually being done, it would have taken a lot of resources, it could have a lot of failures, but the model is trained, AI model, it gives us approximately 90% of accuracy. Now, the key component of AI and drone, which we need to understand, is the sensor technology. So, what kind of sensors are we using? The data which we are collecting, what kind of data? Because the model will perform its task, the AI model will perform its task depending on the input. So, the collection of data is very, very important. Now, the algorithms and the decision making. So, you need to have firstly the input through the sensors, data collection, then the algorithm to compute it, and also to communicate backwards or to take action or take executive action immediately. So AI predominantly is a very, very simple kind of a model which understands, give an input, give an instruction, and it will, as per the task, it will evolve and it will give you results. Now, this is a very, so if we see that the global drone delivery market as per is projected to reach 10 million by 2030. It's one of the estimates of a study. They're talking about that AI-powered drones can reduce delivery cost by up to 10% compared to traditional methods. So even if 10% looks less, but however, the volumes, if you see, it is phenomenal. The volumes, so this is I'm talking about the civil aspects of the drones being used and their AI is being incorporated. Amazon has integrated AI extensively in their delivery aspects. Prime Air is one of the offshoots of Amazon, which they're using it for delivery purposes. Now, AI-driven drones can increase agriculture yield by 20%, optimizing. So we will be covering about how the AI-enabled drones are facilitating the agriculture. Now, in the next slide. And AI-powered drones can increase infrastructure inspection efficiency by 50%. So that also I will be covering in the next slide, how it has been done in the Western countries and what kind of results are we getting out of it. Now, the impact of AI-powered drone is, as we have been discussing, It is to can provide essential services such as healthcare and logistics to remote areas, because the platform is able to fly to a particular place from place A to place B and carry out the task as per the tasking. The environmental protection drones are being used extensively to monitor wildlife population, track deforestation, and aid in conservation efforts. So now, other than our understanding is that where do these AI enabled can be used? So other than the military usage, the civil usage is a very big, it is a canvas where these platforms can be extensively used. Infrastructure safety, when we talk about, it's basically to ensure the safety of and the integrity of the vital installations. So physically walking through a particular, a building or a bridge or a installation or a pipeline, and to see through your naked eyes whether there is a crack. Same can be done with the help of a drone which is flying at a particular speed, and also with a payload, a camera which is able to give input of that particular dimension. And once the model is fed with what all kinds of cracks and information is there, the photographs are there, it will correlate and instantly it will give the places which are places requires attention of the human intervention or the human intervention. Now, if you go into a global AI drone market, it is estimated. So classically, there is a military drones, there are consumer drones and commercial drones. So categorizing into three major categories, but what has been estimated, again, this is an open source input from the net. It says that it will be a 101 billion USD dollars by 2032. So it is a very big market size as we see, and CAGR of 12%. Some of them are saying 12%, some are talking about 20-25%. It is a matter of deliberation of what variables they have referred to come to it. But it is the compound annual growth rate which they are referring to. But it is even if it is 12%, it is very, very good. Now, one more estimate when we say market overview is, it says that it will be 84 billion USD by 2030. Now, so all of this indicates that the drone AI enabled drone market is in fact it is booming, and by 2030 it is just started. It is just started. It is evolving. The technology it is improving every day. Now, AI enabled drones. So now let us discuss certain use cases where all AI enabled drones can be used. So next. Yeah. So now let us talk about precision agriculture. Now, what does precision agriculture entails? What does it? So basically, it is. So generally, what happens is manually we are monitoring large fields and detecting crops issues, which is time consuming, and it is a human manual kind of a thing. However, AI analyzes crop health and the multispectral imaging optimizes irrigation and fertilization and pest control also. So how does it happen? In Western countries, the landmarks for agriculture is huge, and the population or the people working on them are very limited. So because of that, they rely too much on automation. Now, in US and other Western countries, AI-enabled drones are being used. How they have been used is, so I'll just give you an example. Wherein if you have, say, a grape plantation, now in one row, what they are doing is they are taking all kinds of photographs physically to feed the model, and if there is a there is a problem growth of a particular kind of a tree or a fruit, and what is the which is the variety, what is the size, all of that input has to go into the model in the beginning itself. So once that information goes and one row is being scanned, they can continuously, a drone can fly all across the field, and with the input they are able to find out the yield which is likely to come they're able to find out which strand and which place there is a issue, or there is a pesticide required, or insect infestation is there, or they're able to understand that what kind of profits are they going to get accrue out of it. So all of that, which was a matter of understanding or deliberation, manual work, is now can be done prior to the yield. So they are able to make profits out of it. They are able to strike a better deal because they know that what they are, at the end of the loop, what are they going to get. So and the results are 90%. Now, if when you say US, the precision how drones are being used to improve agriculture yield and providing data input. In Indian context, so the classical is firstly the cost of drone is quite high, and generally the farmland holding in India is less, and they are small and marginal. So because of that, though as a technology demonstration, the state governments are using drones for pest control and other kind of things. However, the classical use of AI-enabled drone to see the yield is only it's just matter of it has to be adaptive. Well, the farmers have to be taken on board, and the platforms have to be made accessible to them, which I think we are still at the primitive age vis-a-vis the Western countries. So we need to do a lot of work on this as India is concerned. The next, so as I said, application of drones in agriculture is what all you can do is you can do crop monitoring, you can do mapping and imaging, you can do soil and environmental aid, you can do spraying also. So we are basically you're not over spraying pesticides, you are not using extra water. So all of that can be saved by use of AI and with the help of drones once your field is mapped. So once it is mapped year after year, cultivation after cultivation, the results will be optimized with the help of AI. Now, when we talk about environmental conservation, so wildlife monitoring in Africa, it has been used extensively. Tracking of animals. Now, you must have heard that animals have been put RFID patches and all, but now the drones are being used as a platform to not disturb the wildlife. However, people track on the say movement of elephant herds or the spotting of wildlife, and if there's any issue, water crisis. So all of that has been done with the help of the wildlife rangers and use of technology. This test product has been used in Africa extensively, and it is giving very good results. Next, we come on to a very important aspect is infrastructure inspection. When we say inspection, so as I mentioned earlier, is that manual inspection takes a lot of time, and it is risky because at times it could lead to oversight by the human eye. So all of that can be somehow covered by use of AI based drone, wherein all the issues are pre-fed into the model, and once the drone at a particular speed goes through the particular whether it is a pipeline or whether it is a bridge, it is able to identify, relate, and come out with us if there is a cracks or any damage happening. They are able to monitor. So it has become extensively. It's being used extensively to analyze and create a repository of inputs for the organization, wherein they are able to correlate what was the position of the particular say infrastructure a month back, a week back, and they're able to correlate with it. Any changes, they're able to figure it out. Next, we come in healthcare. How does drones, AI-enabled drones, are helping in healthcare? Now, there is a rapid delivery. So, basically, when you say drones in healthcare, it is basically the medicines to reach a particular place where it will take maybe a longer time for a person to go by road, or maybe at in hilly areas, or where you have to walk up the hills. The drone can be used extensively for delivering of medicines. This was being done during COVID also. The drones were used for sending of essential medical aid to far-flung places where it was difficult to travel by road. Even blood and organ transportation drones are being used in the Western countries effectively. In India, it is yet to take off. Now, smart cities and logistics is again another important aspect is how drones, AI-enabled drones are optimally being used. So basically what it is doing is the AI is able to see the route, congestions, traffic, and because when you say traffic is naturally it is flying, so there might be other platforms also flying simultaneously at that particular height. Now it is able to, it's like a parallel kind of a road network or a on the in the mid-air, and they're able to sense and they're able to detour, take their to a particular destination in shortest time. Now, Amazon Prime has been using it, and it has been a success story for them. And other Indian companies have, in smaller, deliberations, they have been using the technology demonstrator, and I think in the years to come, we will be able to use it extensively. Now, earlier, this warning signs, this I would say road furnitures were not there, but now you will find it very common. There are few road furnitures which talks about that it is a drone, no drone area, or drone flying is not allowed. But drone surveillance, which is a common thing in the West, which has started now, and in India, maybe in years to come, right? In Mahakum right now, drones are being used extensively to monitor the movement of people in the crowded places. Now, when we say urban mobility, now this I was talking about, we have been hearing that in India, maybe in next 2 to 3 years, the the autonomous air taxis or manned air taxis are likely to come. In what format? Dubai, they have been working on it as a technology demonstration. So this has been functional. However, as a service, I'm sure it's a matter of time that when it will come into being. Here also, AI-enabled drones are being used in a different size and format. Disaster management, again, is also where drones are being used right now to deliver essential stuff. But the bigger composition or the bigger size of drones can be used for various aids, whether it is providing medical, food, water, medicine, equipment, shifting of equipment from place A to place B. The drones are being used like in the earthquake in Turkey. The AI-enabled drones were used to deep search the people who are buried under the debris with the help of the payload. Now, when we say military operations, so air-powered drones can independently navigate complex terrain, whether build up area, gather intelligence, and provide real-time situation awareness. Now, in India, in this city counter Jammu and Kashmir, though the units are being using drones for at least locating the terrorists. However, there have been cases wherein the smaller version of kamikaze drones are also being used in built-up area, which is in Ukraine and also in Russia war or the conflict of Hamas and Israel. The smaller version of drones have been used extensively. Now, target strike, when we say it enhances the precision of drone strike, reduces collateral damage and movement, which is commonly known to all of us that the capabilities of drone. However, now these are all GPS enabled. Now, jamming has become as a counter kind of a drone mechanism. Now, people are coming up with INS based drones and other frequency hopping mechanism to enable effective use of AI-based drone, so that once you load the data, it will not continuously relay back. It is able to take decisions. It is able to map as it moves alongside the ground and find its own location with the prefed the route to the particular destination. Of late, so very recently, 3,000 AI-enabled kamikaze drones have been delivered to Russian forces. And also interceptor drones. So if you imagine 3,000, it's very recent. This import is that has reached the Russian forces. Similarly, Americans Switchblade 600 and Phoenix Ghost drones are being used against critical places. Now, one of the article which I was reading, the commander of the Ukraine 14th UAV regiment. So in Ukraine, they have the UAV battalions. They call it UAV regiment. The commander is saying that the technology is changing so fast that for countries who are, the procurement procedure, suppose 8 to 9 months to 1 year is there. So because the tech specs is frozen, so by the time the drone comes for effective use, it is outdated. So this is a matter of deliberation and consideration that how the various the governments or the armies can be current with the technology and also not get delayed by because of the procedure or procurement procedure which takes generally more than a year for coming, even if it is an emergency procurement. Now, the challenges in AI-driven drones, what challenges are we facing? Now, the limited battery life impacts operational. So, battery is a major drawback. It has got limited endurance. The smaller drones I'm talking about. The bigger drones, whether it is male or male, that has got UAVs have got a longer, endurance time. But the smaller drones have got a limited battery life, so it has to be planned accordingly. It has to be tasked accordingly. Then regulatory hurdles, airspace, how it has to be used, autonomous, to be used, not to be used. What about the data security? So these are the challenges which has to be handled locally at the place of usage, how it will be done. Now, production is that so the energy storage solutions and battery innovations are happening. However, it will take a while when we get a kind of a battery which can give us a longer endurance and a longer reach. Collaborative policy making and integrate drones into public airspace. How do we, for India, that drones has to be regulated, how it has to be flown, what all the restrictions are there, though there are policy papers on place on the subject. However, it needs to be now further, improved over the years. Now, the regulatory requirement is compliance with the air traffic regulation, data protection laws, and responsible use guidelines are required. And ethical concerns is misuse of surveillance data. Now, if the algorithm is biased, it will give you a biased information because it's just a software. So we have to understand that once we are taking something, we have to be doubly sure that what is the model all about and how is the model performing. Now, I'll just show you, just imagine how it happens. Can you just change this? So it could be in local civil use. So what next, please? So see, basically what we are trying to say is, though it is on a lighter mode of showing that pickpocketers can become can use commonly available drones, but the larger message what is there is that under the sky it can be used in any format which is available. So we have to keep ourselves open-minded and we have to take it further from there. Now, what we're going to talk about now, future of drone technology. Uh, as we say, it is expanding over the years. Now, usage has been expanding both in the civil world and also in the military domain. So basically, there has to be collaboration, partnership between industry, government, and research institute, so that they can come up with technology at the fastest. In fact, you'll be surprised to know that Ukraine and Russia, there are hobby clubs formed who are coming up with the new innovations, and they are in a way being funded by the industry, and they're coming up with solutions and newer kind of drones, cardboard drones, you name it, and they're coming out with it, and they're being given to their forces to be used extensively. So there are volunteer hobby groups created, and youngsters are doing a phenomenal job in Ukraine and Russia as well. In India also, so there has to be partnership between technical companies, tech companies, different agencies, industrial leadership, so that we come up with the technology at the earliest and it can be made available to the forces for extensive use, whether it is for military use and for the civil organizations for the civil usage of the platform. Now, the future of is that advanced AI is what we are looking at. Swarm intelligence, it's basically, when it's a swarm, is basically multiple drones coming together to be controlled and to share information and to act as per the planning. Edge computing, hybrid drone systems, and human-machine collaboration. So, human and machine, how are they going to collaborate together is a matter of as we see. These are the areas where a lot of research and a lot of work, innovation work is going on as of now. Now, the trust and transparency is very important. So, which I was referring to, the algorithm, at least we should know what the algorithm is, what it is able to do, what the model is able to do when they are procuring a particular thing. Because if it is a biased algorithm, we might have a platform with us, but we are not, if we are not aware of the algorithm, it might take us to somewhere else and it will not give us the efficiency. So, hence, it is very important that trust and transparency has to be there when AI-based platforms are being used. Now, future of the unmanned innovation is beyond the horizon. When we talk about is basically various sectors, whether it is education, agriculture, transportation, environmental protection. All of it can be used with the use of autonomous air traffic management. So drones can be used shaping the future. When we talk about AI, as AI advances, we can anticipate even more innovative applications of AI drones shaping the future of the world. And drones as the first responder in case of any natural calamity or otherwise, because it can fly from anywhere, go to a particular destination and carry out the task without intervention of any physical movement of anybody. At the end, I would say a new area of innovation. The integration of AI into drone technology is ushering in a new era of innovation. The combination of these technologies has a potential to revolutionize industries and address global challenges. As we continue to explore the possibility of AI for drone, we are entering an exciting future filled with unprecedented opportunity. I'll finish.